What if the signs you've been calling coincidences are actually secret clues that life is constantly sending your way? Have you ever felt like the universe was sending you messages directly, but you just didn't know how to read them? Can you imagine being able to clearly recognize when the universe is speaking to you, understanding the secret language of your subconscious, and actually amplifying those signals in your daily life? Have you ever noticed that every time you think about someone, they suddenly show up or call you? Or that repeating numbers keep appearing in your life? That's not just coincidence. In this video, I'm going to show you the truth behind these mysterious signs, why they happen, what they really mean, and how you can use these messages from the universe to make decisions that will radically transform your life. After this, there's no turning back. The truth is, you've been receiving signs from the universe since the day you were born, but you were trained to ignore them without even knowing it. Think about that time you were about to give up on something really important, and out of nowhere, you saw an inspiring quote or heard just the words you needed. Or maybe you dreamed of someone you hadn't seen in years, and the next day, they called you. You've experienced that, haven't you? These events aren't just coincidences. They're what we call synchronicities, coded messages the universe uses to try to guide you. Ancient cultures knew this thousands of years ago. The Mayans believed these signs were messages from the gods pointing them toward the right paths. The Celts used patterns in nature to make important decisions. Even Leonardo da Vinci believed everything was connected by an invisible force that inspired his inventions. So why hasn't anyone told you this before? Because the people who control the world don't want you to realize your true potential. From childhood, you were taught that the world is random and unpredictable, and that your intuition doesn't matter. Modern education and today's society constantly try to convince you that everything must have a logical explanation, cutting you off from these powerful messages. But today, you're going to learn something way more powerful. You're not just a spectator in life. You have the power to decode these signs and use them to your advantage. Once you understand this, you'll see that nothing in your life is random. Every encounter, every repeated number, every so-called coincidence is actually a message waiting to be understood. And the best part? You can learn how to attract more and more of these signs into your life. But heads up, once you know this, your life will never be the same. Are you ready? Have you ever noticed how your life seems to reflect exactly what you hold in your mind and heart? That's no accident. There's a powerful force behind this called the power of intention, and it's directly connected to synchronicity. You know those moments when you're thinking intensely about someone you haven't seen in ages, and suddenly they call or show up? Or when you deeply desire a specific opportunity, and like magic, the doors start opening. That's not superstition or fantasy. It's the result of a deep connection between your conscious intention and the language of the universe. The Chinese philosopher Lao Tzu once said, "The universe aligns with those who align with others." What he meant is simple, yet profound. When your intentions are clear and rooted in positive values, the universe responds, sending synchronicities to help bring your desires to life. But here's something practical and super valuable. The clearer and more honest your intention is, the more often synchronicities will show up in your life. High-performing leaders and elite athletes have known this for years, and that's why they use the power of intention every single day as a strategic tool to reach their goals. Here's a quick exercise you can do right now. Grab a piece of paper and write down, in as much detail as possible, exactly what you want to manifest in your life. Be clear. Be specific. Then read it out loud to yourself every day like a personal affirmation. The more you do this, the more your subconscious will align with the universe and start attracting synchronicities that match your goals. Now that you understand how synchronicity is directly linked to the power of intention, you might be wondering, am I interpreting these signs correctly? Well, not everything that shines is gold. One of the biggest challenges in recognizing synchronicities is knowing how to tell the difference between genuine signs and our own desires or illusions. Take this example. You're falling for someone and suddenly you start seeing their name everywhere, on book covers, street signs, even in songs. Your heart races and you're convinced the universe is confirming your love. But is it really a sign from the universe? Or is your subconscious just reflecting your intense personal desire? Here's the truth. Not every sign you see is a real message from the universe. Often, what we perceive are just projections of our internal expectations, distorted by the lens of our subconscious mind. James Baldwin once said, "Not everything that is faced can be changed, but nothing can be changed until it is faced." And that applies here too. To recognize authentic signs, you need mental clarity and the courage to confront your own expectations and fears. So here's a practical tip to avoid this common trap. Whenever you notice a sign, pause for a moment, take a deep breath, and ask yourself, am I really seeing what's there, or just what I want to see? Tune into your intuition. It's often your best guide in these moments. Also, notice if the same sign shows up in different contexts where you're not emotionally invested. That increases the likelihood that it's a true and meaningful message from the universe. Thousands of people around the world are already using these simple techniques to gain clarity when interpreting signs, and they're using that clarity to fast-track their personal and spiritual growth. So how can you really know if you're being guided by true intuition or just hidden desires? The answer lies deep within you, in a powerful and often unexplored part of your mind, the subconscious. If you truly want to understand synchronicities, you need to learn how to speak the secret language your subconscious uses to communicate with you. You've probably experienced déjà vu, that strange feeling that you've already lived a certain moment before, even if you can't explain how. Or maybe you had a dream about something, and then it happened in real life in an oddly similar way. That's not just imagination or some random coincidence. It's your subconscious sending you powerful signals. Carl Jung, one of the most renowned thinkers on this subject, once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." In other words, if you ignore your subconscious, you lose control over your life. But if you learn to decode those internal messages, you gain a tremendous amount of power. So now you might be asking, how can I access this subconscious language in a simple and practical way in my daily life? Good news. There are quick, easy, and incredibly effective techniques that thousands of people all over the world already use. One of the most powerful tools is daily meditation. It helps clear your mind and makes it way easier to tune into those inner messages. Another amazing practice is journaling, writing down your dreams, thoughts, and emotions each day in a notebook. This habit creates a strong bridge between your conscious and subconscious mind. If you want to start right now, try this. Set aside 5 to 10 minutes a day to sit in complete silence, breathe deeply, and just observe your thoughts. Don't judge them, don't try to control them. Just notice what comes up. Over time, you'll find it easier and easier to pick up on those inner messages. You'll strengthen your intuition and start noticing synchronicities showing up more often in your life. Now that you understand how the power of intention and the subconscious mind connect with synchronicity, let's tackle one of the most common questions. What's the difference between synchronicity and the well-known law of attraction? Both are powerful concepts, but they operate in different ways. Let's break it down. The law of attraction is based on the idea that you attract what you emit. In other words, your thoughts and emotions create a frequency that draws similar experiences into your life. Synchronicity, on the other hand, goes beyond that. It's about recognizing meaningful moments of connection, when events line up in surprising ways with a clear purpose, even though you didn't directly control those events. Picture this. You're looking for a job opportunity, and completely out of the blue, you run into someone on the street who offers you exactly what you were looking for. That's synchronicity. The universe orchestrated events and people in such a way that you ended up in that exact place, at that exact time. But here's the catch. Sometimes the universe tests us. It might send messengers who show up in forms that don't match what we're used to, or that make us uncomfortable. And if we're still holding on to judgment or prejudice, we miss the chance for the synchronicity to unfold. That's how easily these moments can pass us by. The law of attraction, by contrast, involves deliberate effort. You visualize, you feel, you focus your energy on what you want, and that vibration helps draw it into your life. It can be incredibly effective, but it requires you to maintain alignment and consciously direct your energy. Think of it like this. The law of attraction is like a magnet. You're pulling in what matches your energy. Synchronicity is like a trail of signs the universe sends to help you find what you need at just the right moment. One relies more on your internal work and vibration, and the other is about how the universe weaves together meaningful coincidences to connect you with your life path. So while the law of attraction focuses on you as the active creator of your reality, synchronicity reveals how you can flow with a greater force that arranges events around you with purpose and perfect timing. You might be asking now, how can I use both more effectively in my life? Now that you understand the difference between synchronicity and the law of attraction, the next step is this. How can you attract more of these meaningful coincidences into your life in a practical, conscious way? The first key is to keep an open mind. You know that old saying, "Seek and you shall find"? It totally applies here. But we're not talking about searching with anxiety or obsession. We're talking about being fully present and mentally clear. Staying aware in the now is essential to noticing the little details around you, and those details are often the universe's whispers that go completely unnoticed. One of the simplest and most powerful tools for this is meditation. Just 5 to 10 minutes a day can quiet the mental noise and make room for your subconscious and intuition to speak more clearly. Practicing regularly increases your energetic sensitivity, making it easier to identify subtle patterns and messages in your daily life. Another incredibly helpful habit is keeping a daily synchronicity journal. Grab a notebook, or even a note app on your phone, and write down anything strange or curious that happens. Over time, you'll start to see patterns. You'll realize that those signs aren't so random after all. They follow a logic tied to your emotional state, your intentions, and your journey. It's also important to pay attention to symbolic triggers. A butterfly appearing in a moment of doubt, a specific song playing when you're thinking of someone, repeating numbers, or even that unmistakable déjà vu feeling. All of these can be ways the universe is trying to speak to you. But remember, it's up to you to learn how to interpret the signs. Only you can decode, understand, and feel them. Don't expect big flashing signs. The universe whispers. And of course, use the power of intention actively. When you wake up, say to yourself, "Today, I am open to noticing every synchronicity the universe wants to show me." Sounds too simple to be true? That's exactly the point. In the spiritual realm, the simplest things are often the most profound. And thousands of people around the world are waking up to this more connected, intuitive, and aligned way of living. In the end, all of this accelerates your personal development and your spiritual awakening. There's nothing mystical or inaccessible about it. It's about learning how to listen, observe, and trust. And now, with all these tools in your hands, only one important question remains. So tell me, are you ready to start transforming your reality through synchronicities? Today? Today, you've learned that synchronicity isn't magic. It's a deep reflection of what you feel, think, and vibrate. You've seen that the power of intention, when focused clearly, creates invisible bridges between you and what the universe wants to reveal to you. You've also learned that interpreting signs isn't about superstition. It's about developing clarity and spiritual maturity. Your subconscious is speaking to you all the time, and learning its language could be the key to unlocking your next level of personal growth. And yes, synchronicity and the law of attraction go hand in hand, but they are not the same thing. Now, none of this will truly matter unless you put it into practice. So start tomorrow, or better yet, today. With a small step, meditate for 5 minutes. Write down any coincidences you notice. Set a clear intention for your day. Observe, listen, trust. The wisdom of the universe reveals itself to those who are truly willing to see it. And if you felt something shift inside you while listening to this, I invite you to take the next step on this journey of self-discovery. Subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications so you can continue growing spiritually with us. Drop a comment sharing your experiences with synchronicities and how they've been guiding your spiritual awakening. Let's grow together, not just in mind, but in heart. And if you're ready to dive even deeper into this process, make sure to watch our video, The Shocking Truth About Mastering the Art of Universal, where you'll uncover even more about how reality truly manifests. Peace and light.